comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar.
Ooh-wee! Bautista versus Oliveira. We killed it. We went 3 out of 4 on our bets. First up, we had Jacoby moneyline. $30 on that at minus 180. It cashed us $16.67 profit. And you know what? It was one of our locks. Jacoby was the better striker. And when Walker couldn't get the fight to the ground, Jacoby just pieced him up and knocked him out. Ref really gave Walker a chance to survive. He even touched Jacoby to pretend like he stopped the fight and then didn't stop it. A little bit weird, but we cashed in then. We knew he would knock him out. Jacoby cashing us in $16.67 profit. Next up, we had Haraguchi by decision. $20 on that at minus 130. It cashed us $15.38 profit. Seemed pretty free. We knew that Albazi was crazy tough. Haraguchi was the one that ended up getting dropped, but it was a comfortable decision win for Haraguchi, cashing us in. Next up, we had Jailton Almeida money line. $20 on that at minus 162. This one seems like a bad bet. You know, at the time, it seemed like it was good value. I knew that Jailton Almeida had good wrestling, but it looked like he could not utilize his wrestling at all. He went for some shitty takedowns, couldn't get him, really did no damage, really was clinching. Kuniev really did not look any better, but you know what? Almeida got cut, so we can't even make the same mistake as we did this time. And last up, we parlayed 2 of our locks. Haraguchi money line parlayed with Matsumoto Basharat going to the decision. $30 on that, coming at minus 145, profiting us $20.77. 2 locks, cashed us in. This is a really good bet. Really safe. Haraguchi, I never really saw him losing against Albazi. He was one of my locks. Matsumoto Basharat, that fight was a pretty good fight. I knew both of them were really tough. Both of them had success. It was a close fight. Basharat won by split decision, but we ended up cashing. Didn't matter who won. In 3 out of 4 on our bets, I ended up betting 100. We ended up profiting 32, 82. Other than the Almeida bet, all the bets were pretty good. Next up, we'll talk about our locks. We had Haraguchi moneyline, as we said earlier. You know what? This was free. Haraguchi, he just outclassed Albazi. Albazi just doesn't look like he is a top contender, and Haraguchi is really looking like he's a title contender. Definitely challenged Pantoja, Joshua Van, Kopp, Taisuru Taira. So at minus 345, it might seem a little bit chalky. This one was pretty certain of happening. Next up, we had Jacoby moneyline at minus 180. Might have had a tough first round, got taken down, got held down, but Walker, he really couldn't keep him off in the second round. We knew that Jacoby's striking was way better than Walker. Walker only had the takedowns. Jacoby went out there, finished Walker, cashed us in at minus 180. This one seemed pretty free. It seemed like Walker was just not at the level of Jacoby. Jacoby has been there, faced a lot of competition, way better striker, and it really showed. Last up, we had Matsumoto Basharat going to the decision at minus 340. Another chalky play, but we ended up parlaying that with Haraguchi moneyline, and it seemed like everything was just hitting, everything was clicking. Matsumoto, really tough. Basharat, really tough. There was some wrestling exchanges. Really close fight, but it didn't matter as long as it went to the decision, and it did. Ended up cashing. We went 3 out of 3 on our lock, so can't hope for anything better than that. Next up, we had our value. Moneyline Jacoby, minus 180. Really good value just because as long as he kept this fight off the ground, he'd be able to finish this fight or just win by decision. Ended up finishing him, minus 180. Great odds. Next up, we had Haraguchi by decision at minus 130. And we knew that Albazi was really tough. And Haraguchi just outclassed Albazi. Really showed he's a title contender. And at minus 130, really good odds. Really good value. Next up, Jailton Almeida on the moneyline at minus 162. Jailton Almeida really just shows that when he has a little bit of resistance, he just doesn't push the action. Fine with just having a boring fight. This time he didn't even have any takedowns. It was a really boring fight. Neither fighter did anything. Almeida, he got cut. Tough one for him. That's what happens when you're just not entertaining. Next up, we had Bautista moneyline at minus 155, and he just steamrolled Oliveira. Bautista was all over him in the first round, all over him in the second round, and then finished him. Bautista really just showed levels for sure. And at minus 155, great odds. Next up, we had Souza finish only at minus 195. This one ended up voiding. She didn't get finished, so it cancels out. Like this was a fair play. Then we had Cachoeira by KO, and you know what? Plus 225. This was always going to be a flyer. But if she was going to end up winning, it would be by KO. But it looks like she just got outclassed on the feet. Lost by decision. Next up, we had Morano plus 3.5, which means that he just has to win one round, and that was coming at plus 275. This fight ended up going to the decision, which I thought it would be. Why I was hedging the plus 3.5 on Morano, just because I know he is a veteran. He's faced a lot of tough competition, and Donchenko is a newcomer, so I thought that Morano would have some more success, but he just also got steamrolled for all 3 rounds. He could have got finished easily. And our last one was Morano by decision, coming out plus 1100. The play was probably just to let this fight go into decision. I think it was around like plus 400. Ended up going 3 out of 7 on our picks, so not the best, not the worst. The 3 that ended up winning, the value was just really good on them, and you know they just blew their value out of the water. Let's recap our 100 to 1000 series for this episode. We bet 100. We had 4 total bets, ended up winning 3 of them. Our remaining was 132.82, which means that we ended up profiting 32.82, which ended up being a 32.82 return of investment. You know what? That's pretty good. Out of 100, if we had more, we would have cashed in more. It was a really good week for us. Look at our overall 100 to 1000 series. Overall, on our 100 to 1000 series, we've bet on 4 events. Our total bets made was 24. Total won is 12, so we've lost half of our bets. Our first episode, we ended up losing at $2 to $3. Our second episode, we ended up losing like 57. A lot of those earlier bets, I feel like we were just too loose, a little too wild, having a little too much fun with it. Keep mindful of the decision we're making and reviewing our bets, seeing our faults, seeing our mistakes, and that's something that we've been doing. It's really helped us win more money. Back-to-back weeks, we're profiting pretty good, around 32 on both weeks. Trying to figure out why we're winning, why we're losing, just keeping in mind, trying to bet better. Profiting $10.07 now. Return on investment is 2.51%. Hopefully this upcoming week, we're going to be profiting yet again. And just before we end off the video, let's look at our initial picks and official picks. Looking back, Almeida, I think I was always going to pick Almeida in that matchup. Morano, I really shouldn't have picked Morano. I was trying to go big on a big underdog, thinking Morano was the veteran that would out-tough Donchenko. But Donchenko, he's just a younger guy, more powerful. He's got the youth on his side. Wicklax, we ended up flipping on that pick. And before we picked Wicklax by submission, that fight was really close. The submission was a bit weird, but he definitely did end up tapping. Cachoeira might have not been the best call, but I was thinking that she had the power advantage. She's faced a lot of people in the UFC, and Zygula just really hasn't faced any competition, and she's definitely gotten finished before, so I was thinking Cachoeira would be able to do something, but officially going 9 out of 13 on our picks. Not the best because we ended up going 4,000 out of 7,600. Definitely room to improve. Our picks might have not been the best, but we went 3 out of 3 on our locks. Went okay on the value, but our bets, we went 3 out of 4, cashing in pretty good, profiting 32.82. If you like the bets, you like the locks, you like the value, let me know in the comments down below. Leave this video a like, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.